Alrighty, in this video I'm going to go over AC power, and this is when you're plugged into shore power, whether that be a 20, 30, or 50 amp circuit, or if you're running a 30 amp circuit off of the generator. Okay, so it's important to note that when you're plugged into shore power or running off generator, every power source is available in the camper, including the air conditioning. The air conditioning is only available when you're hooked up to shore power, 30 amps or more, or on the generator 30 amp plug. When it comes to being plugged in AC, the biggest benefits is you can run higher draw, higher wattage, higher current pieces of gear, such as like a hair dryer or anything that has like a motor in it. Like if you had a popcorn machine that you brought with you or something like that, you definitely want to use AC because the DC circuits won't be able to handle that current draw. But when you are on AC power, you have AC and DC plugs in the main cabin, right where your feet are. You've got AC plugs behind the passenger backrest. You've got DC plugs with an AC inverter over behind the driver backrest. And you also have DC right here on the stove, on the kitchen sink area. And then you also have another AC port in the cabinet here in the corner. So if you had any different kind of style coffee machine or anything like that, you'd be able to use it. When you're hooked up to shore power or the generator, outside the trailer, you also have two AC circuits here. So this can be used for like an electric stovetop if you had it, or outdoor lighting, or charging something, electric bike or something like that. So you also have that available to you as well. If you're having any issues with power, whether you're boondocking on battery or on AC, shore power, or generator, any problems with electric at all, the area you might want to check here is the fuse box, which is right in the center area where your feet are, next to your AC DC power spots. To open this, you literally just press your finger in on the top, kind of on the frame, and it clicks and opens up. And this is the fuse box area. So you can see there's a couple breakers in there, as well as a fan and some fuses. You might want to check in this area, just make sure none of these breakers have popped, as well as the fuses. Make sure that the fuses don't look like they're corroded or they've exploded. From time to time, you may hear this fan run, just if this area gets a little warm. That's totally okay and expected. But if there's any power issues, as far as being on battery, you obviously check your battery level meter here, see if you're full or not. If that's not even showing, then you might want to go outside and check to see if the battery dial is turned on. If you're on shore power, you probably want to check that your twist connector on the side of the camper is seated securely, and then whatever source you're plugged into, if you're at like a 30 amp circuit at a campsite, something like that, probably go to where that circuit is and see if there's a circuit breaker and make sure that's on. That's a common thing to just skip. You might assume that it's on, but it's actually not. So check that box, flip it on, make sure the connection is secure on the side of the camper. Anything else, check the fuse box. But she's pretty solid. Haven't had any issues power-wise with her since we've had her. So fingers crossed you don't either, and you have a good time.